Viagra is to penises as blank is to muscles. Did you say creatine? Well, you're wrong. The answer's steroids. Creatine might be your best legal alternative, but should you take creatine? What am I, your dad? You need me to tell you what to do with your life? Well, you know what? You can call me daddy because I'll give you some advice. And a new baby brother. Oh! But unlike your real dad, my advice isn't gonna land you in 80 grand of debt for that piece of paper that hangs next to your employee of the month picture. It's just gonna make wiping your ass the hardest thing you've had to do since tying your shoes. Obviously, I'm talking about creatine, an essential supplement for any aspiring pro. It's rumored in both laboratories and locker rooms that creatine might be the most effective supplement for increasing strength and muscle mass. But for every evangelist, there's always the devil's advocate. Well, I put these debates to the test. For over half a month, I tracked my strength and body composition while following a specific diet and workout program. Then for the next half month, I repeated these exact same programs, but with creatine added in the mix. This way I was able to determine how creatine alone affected my life physically, financially, and psychologically. Now, creatine is widely considered to be the most effective supplement for increasing strength and muscle mass, and the physical benefits that I received were definitely in line with this. My total strength and desirable body measurements both increased more with creatine than they did without it. This means that creatine actually added some real value in improving my performance and my physique. Now, these improvements were quite minor, but these minor improvements came at a very small cost. Don't get me wrong, creatine can be expensive, but it's only expensive in the same way that your girlfriend's handbag's expensive. She could have got one that looks the same, feels the same, works the exact same for 40 bucks, but instead she decided to spend 4 grand. The only difference is that the only social status that you get from buying expensive creatine is sucker status. Creatine is all the same. I can't stress this enough. The cheap stuff is just as good or potentially even better than the expensive stuff. And if you buy the cheap stuff, you can find it online for 15 cents a day. If your reason for not taking creatine is a financial one, then you definitely have bigger concerns than trying to get bigger. Like, you might have some issues that are psychological. Any of the past fitness concepts I reviewed always had some sort of a mental or psychological impact on my life, but with creatine, there was none of this. It's just a simple white powder that you pour into your drink, mix it with your water. There's no feeling of reliance upon it, and there's also no feeling of increased motivation to work out once you take it. It's really a pretty neutral thing overall psychologically. Now, let me preface my recommendation by saying that you shouldn't buy any of the bullshit that any supplement companies or anybody else tries to sell you. There's no pill or powder that's gonna get you into incredible shape. The only thing that's gonna do this is a great diet and exercise alone. What supplements can do is give you marginal benefits on top of a great diet and exercise. And creatine is one of these supplements. It enhanced my physical benefits beyond what my diet and exercise alone did, and these came at a very small cost, both psychologically and financially. This is my recommendation. If your goals are to increase your strength and size, and you already have a great diet and exercise program, then it's definitely worth giving creatine a shot. The potential benefits are so good, and the downsides, the risks, the side effects, the cost are all so small that there's really no reason not to try it. Creatine is one of the most well-researched and most unanimously agreed upon supplements for increasing your strength and size, so if there's any supplement that's going to enhance these attributes, it's creatine. Just don't expect anything ridiculous. It's not steroids. The results that you get from creatine alone probably will go unnoticed by anybody other than yourself. And if you're an endurance athlete, creatine might actually be detrimental to your performance. The increased size could slow you down, and it might reduce your overall stamina. And if you're not somebody who wants to get bigger, then creatine probably isn't for you either. Know your goals, train, and diet for them. When you have these things down, creatine can be a great addition to your regimen. Try it, monitor your progress, and determine for yourself whether or not you think it's worth continuing. That's it for now, guys. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you can see all the future fitness concepts that I test, like next week's, how does alcohol affect my performance and my physique? Make sure that you subscribe to find out. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure that if you watched it this far, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below. It helps out so much, and I really appreciate it. I love hearing your feedback on these videos. And as always, keep strong, lift on.